Black Friday is turning into Green Saturday as people rush to pick out their Christmas trees. We'll look at this year's crop. Good evening. I'm Brian Johnson. We'll also introduce you to Mid-Michigan's Olympic hopeful and show you why skating success is in her DNA.
I'm meteorologist Laura Hartman. Heading home soon. We've got your weekend forecast coming up.
And I'm Jamie Curtis. Coming up in sports, the Spartans held a matinee game at the Breslin Center this afternoon, and they were without 4 starters. News 10 at 6 starts now.
From the Breaking News and Weather Authority, this is News 10 at 6.
Big retailers aren't the only ones cashing in on Black Friday. Christmas tree farms depend on this day for most of their sales. As News 10's Shannon Cantor tells us, with a late Thanksgiving and beautiful weather, people are definitely in the holiday spirit.
Mason, Shannon Cantor, News 10.
This is Tannenbaum Farm's 30th year selling trees. You can also visit Santa there. We've put links to both tree farms on our website. Just click on this story. Speaking of tree hunting, it wasn't a bad day to get outside. Let's check in for the first check of the forecast. Hi, Laura. How are things looking?
Hey, Brian. It was a chilly start for the shoppers outside. A nice afternoon, and now it's getting chilly, of course, once again. And you can expect snow. That's this weekend.
Even with stores opening early on Thanksgiving Day, shopping was still the thing to do on Black Friday. Customers waited for hours this morning to get their hands on limited quantities of Kindles, video games, you name it. Some folks were at it all night before getting in line after line after line. Many say deal hunting is becoming a holiday tradition.
It's just being around all the people and showing how much you care and being able to see how many people care to go out on midnight to buy all the Christmas stuff.
Meijer, like many stores, was open Thanksgiving morning, but had a fresh set of sales to roll out today. And shopping season isn't over yet. After Small Business Saturday comes Cyber Monday, when stores boast big online sales. Well, if shopping isn't your thing, there's always family, right? A lot of folks are heading out the door for the holiday celebrations tonight. The Ingham County Fair Foundation is having its first ever Winterfest. News 10's Alyssa Fensky is at Bond Park in Mason right now. Tell us a little bit about what's going on there, Alyssa. I understand there's lots to do.
Well, Brian, there's carnival rides, there's an art craft fair, but that's all going on at the fairgrounds. Live at Bond Park, I'm Alyssa Fensky, News 10.
And there are a lot of lights. Looks like a lot of fun. There are a lot of other events tonight. The annual Wonderlands of Lights is shining at Potter Park Zoo. Lots of lights, displays, and musical performances. It's open each evening from 5 to 8. You heard Laura talk about it before. The admission to get in is $5 for adults, $3 for kids. You also still have time to make it to Howell for this year's Fantasy of Lights Parade. That parade starts at 7 o'clock in downtown Howell. And Santa will get the keys to Brooklyn tonight at the end of that Jackson County Community's Christmas Parade, which starts also at 7 o'clock. Some sad holiday news. Several animals are dead after a chicken coop caught fire from a heat lamp this morning, according to Stockbridge firefighters. The small farm on Toffeth Road in Munthin suffered a loss to the entire structure. It's unknown how many animals died in that fire, but firefighters believe several chickens and ducks were trapped inside. This is the third coop fire the Stockbridge Department has had to deal with in the past 2 weeks.
A lot of the people are getting into backyard farming and raising the chickens, and they don't realize the threat that the heat lamps pose when it's enclosed in an area to keep the animals warm, and it's starting to become a problem.
Firefighters were able to quickly put that fire out. Chelsea and Manchester Township both assisted the Stockbridge Fire Department. Still to come, how cold will it get for the Spartan kickoff? Laura has the hour-by-hour forecast at 6:16. And speaking of the Spartans, the top-ranked Michigan State is seeking a 74th straight home victory. Jamie has the highlights of that game at 6:23. But first, local teenager Hannah Miller is hoping for Olympic gold in Sochi, and it turns out she comes from a family of famous skaters. Tonight we get to meet them. That's next.
You're watching News 10 at 6, the Breaking News and Weather Authority.
A family name synonymous with Spartan hockey is becoming big in figure skating. No doubt you've heard of a Miller or two. There have been 10 in the Spartan family since 1955. 5 of them made it to the NHL. Well, now there's a new Miller in the spotlight, and soon she could be skating for gold in Sochi. But 17-year-old Hannah Miller isn't the only one in her family comfortable on the ice.
She's been skating almost. News 10.
Hannah Miller will compete in the U.S. Figure Skating Championships in Boston, which begin on January 5th. It's the last qualifying competition before the U.S. Olympic team is named. Well, if you're winding up your Thanksgiving weekend with a trip home, Laura has your travel forecast. That is coming up next on News 10.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast from the Weather Authority.
As I'm sure you've noticed, we've got the poinsettias out. Things are looking like the holidays both inside and outside of the studio.
And feeling like it too. Let's take a look at temperatures outside. It's pretty chilly, into the 20s already, and that's where our lows are going to be tonight. On Wednesday, rain on Thursday, back to snow on Friday as temperatures drop about 10 degrees.
All right, and take advantage of that consistent weather by going out, maybe getting some toys for our Toys for Tots campaign. We're collecting new unwrapped toys. Now through December 9th, you can drop those off here at our station on American Road in Lansing. The DeWitt Panthers are looking for their first state championship in football this weekend. JV Curris has the preview coming up next in sports.
There could have been a lot more points on the board, but we got enough to win, and that's the only thing we're really worried about.
And big college football day tomorrow. Michigan State both play at noon tomorrow.
That Lions game was nice. It made Turkey Day
It made it much easier to take. I mean,
Chow down.
I can eat much better after I see that win.
Yeah.
Eat a lot more.
All right. Some retailers are worried about having 6 fewer shopping days because Thanksgiving was late this year. Coming up tonight at 11, we'll tell you why it may be an even bigger problem for charities like the Salvation Army. We'll also give you a few simple tips to save money if you're looking for deals on Cyber Monday. Those stories and your updated weekend forecast tonight on News 10 at 11. Coming up after the show, the primetime Lima Dateline is at 8 o'clock. Then at 9, it's Grim Dracula is then at 10 o'clock, followed by yours truly. That's all the time we have for News 10 at 6. Of course, you can always follow us behind the scenes and on Twitter. Join the conversation on Facebook. Check us out, WILX.com.